friends, welcome back to Health Highlights, where I spend the time learning about all things health and bring you the highlights. In my previous video about nutrient deficiencies, we reviewed the rates of these deficiencies and why nutrient deficiencies are most likely underestimated. I learned this from Chris Kresser's podcast titled, Why Nutrient Density Matters and How to Optimize It. Continuing from this podcast, we will discover what causes nutrient deficiencies, and in my next video, we will discuss ideas on how to correct these. Let's get started. The latest statistics suggest that the majority of Americans are deficient in not just one, but several micronutrients. To learn more about this in detail, watch my video titled Shocking Nutrient Deficiency Statistics. According to Chris, the number one cause of nutrient deficiency in the general population is the standard American diet. People eating the standard American diet are eating food that is devoid of nutrients. 60% of the calories the average American eats comes from ultra-processed and refined foods like crackers, cookies, cakes, and other products made with flour, sugar, and seed oils. Those foods have almost no nutrients at all. When 60% of the calories you eat comes from foods that have no nutrients, you are going to be nutrient deficient. Many people follow a paleo or ancestral type of diet that eat nutrient-dense whole foods. They are trying to do all of the right things, but even these people are missing nutrients. How is this so? Changes to the soil the food is grown in has led to these foods to have less nutrients. It's not that the nutrients are no longer present in the soil, it's that there have been changes to the biome of the soil that makes those nutrients more difficult for the plants to extract. Industrialized agriculture, chemical pesticides, fertilizers, and monocropping have all messed up the biome of the soil, making the nutrients less available to the plants. For example, if you want to get the same nutrients from eating an orange that your grandparents might have eaten when they were young, you'd have to eat 8 oranges today. Another study published more than 30 years ago found declines of magnesium in soils in the US around 25% in vegetables, 17% in fruit, 15% in meat, and 26% in dairy products since the 1940s. It is almost certain that by now, especially because we've intensified all of the industrial agriculture during the last 30 years, that the decline in the nutrient levels is even more significant. Another reason our foods contain less nutrients is that we have shifted from a local to a global food system. Nutrient levels in produce begin to decline as soon as the food is harvested. When produce is harvested and it doesn't have access to light, photosynthesis is impaired, and the nutrient levels decline right away. Then it is stored in a dark truck and stored in a dark warehouse before it ends up in your supermarket. If you eat a carrot that's been shipped 1,900 miles before you eat it, which is the average distance that a carrot is shipped before someone consumes it, that carrot will have far lower nutrient levels than a carrot that you buy at the farmer's market or that you grow on your own land. Also, industrial animal production decreases the nutrients in animals. Factory farm cows have lower nutrients than pasture-raised cows. Wild-caught fish often have higher levels of nutrients than farm-raised fish. Then you have an increase in toxins in the environment, like heavy metals and glyphosate. Those toxins can bind to nutrients and decrease their bioavailability. Also, people who intermittent fast need to be aware that if they are eating less, they may not be getting all of the nutrients their body requires. Another cause of nutrient deficiency would be over-the-counter and prescription medications. These can deplete key nutrients or affect nutrient bioavailability. For example, metformin, which is commonly taken to lower blood sugar, can decrease levels of vitamin B12 and folate. Chronic diseases both increase the demand for nutrients because the stress of the disease itself depletes nutrients, requiring our body to need more nutrients, and also reduces the absorption of nutrients. You get hit 2 ways when you have a chronic disease. The last factor discussed is chronic stress. Chronic stress increases nutrient demand and also depletes nutrients that we have stored in our body. As you can see, there are many reasons we are nutrient deficient these days. A great place to start is to get your nutrient levels tested at your next physical. That way you will be aware of areas that are in need of improvement. Also, watch my next video titled Correcting Nutrient Deficiencies to get ideas on how to improve any nutrient deficiencies you may have. Thank you for coming along on our health journey together. Let me know in the comments section what nutrient deficiencies you had and what factors contributed to them. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any health highlights. Until next time, here's to health.